Ask where you're visiting from.
France.
France?
Yeah.
Okay. And is it your first time here?
Yeah, it's my first time here.
What do you think?
It's amazing, a lot of opportunity, a lot of interesting things. It's incredible.
Madagascar?
Yeah, do you know?
Wow, I do, but you're the first person I've spoke to from Madagascar.
The first one.
Yeah. And is it your first time to come here?
Yes, my dad come here every year.
Okay.
But me, it's the first time.
What do you think?
It's very insane. It's very insane. A lot of people, and it was here the relay of the international commerce. It's here, and it was very insane.
So do you think it's a good idea for Madagascar to have closer trade ties with China?
Yes, because you know Madagascar is a country in development, and here is a very good country to offer new projects, and it's important to alleviate the two countries for the good development and good commercial.
For what?
Where are you visiting from?
I'm visiting for machine factory.
From which country?
I am coming from Yemen.
Yemen?
Yes.
Okay. And is it your first time here?
The second time.
And what do you think of this place?
It's nice place.
Yeah, it's good, yes?
It's nice place, big place. Anyone they want anything, he can come to Canton Fair.
And one last question. Donald Trump of America is causing chaos around the world at the moment. What do you think about that?
For apologize, I am not care. For training, I'm care.
So do you think Yemen having a closer relationship with China for trade is a good thing?
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
Yes. It's nice place for everyone. Not
Thank you
for
very
Yemen
much.
just.
Thank you very much.
Welcome.
Have a great exhibition. Thank you. Where are you from?
Ethiopia.
Ethiopia. Oh, really?
Yes.
Okay, is it your first time here?
Yes, it's my first time.
What do you think?
It's nice to be here, and we are looking for our items, and we are feeling good.
Okay.
Till now.
And do you think it's good for Ethiopia to work closer with China?
Yes. For countries like Ethiopia, you know, most things are imported. You know, we
Okay.
import from the China market, so it's really good for Ethiopians.
Okay,
to be
that's
here.
great. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
I got some great voice clips. Hello there. Where are you visiting from?
I'm visiting from Dubai.
Dubai. And is it your first time here at the fair?
Yeah, actually it's the first time. I came here before to Guangzhou, but first time to come to Canton Fair.
Fair. And what do you think of it so far?
I think it's really amazing. I wonder if my 4 days here will be enough to cover everything.
I can tell you 4 days is not enough.
Yeah, I can see a lot of companies. I usually buy from Alibaba, but you know, it's different when you see things in front of your eyes.
And,
a lot of variety of
And what are the
things.
products that you're most interested in?
Mainly in machinery, e-bikes, especially the big ones, for family bikes, I say. I'm looking for small cars that can you drive it. You can drive it like just for fun, you know.
Okay,
Just
okay.
like a big.
So, as you know, right now, Donald Trump is creating some kind of chaos around the world with tariffs.
Yeah.
Do you have any thoughts on that?
Yeah, maybe we have a thoughts that if we work with China, we can work in UAE to have a warehouse there. We can take products from China, make it in UAE, that it will be made in UAE. We can send it back to US, that we can go around or walk around the tariffs that will benefit everyone.
I think so. I
think this is a good opportunity, maybe.
I
But
see China are working more and more with UAE nowadays.
Actually, Dubai and Jebel Ali, you know, the port is being a big distributor to the whole region
UAE.
there. Yeah.
Oh, well, that's very interesting.
Most of the containers for Middle East and Africa, it comes firstly to Dubai, then redistributed.
That's great.
To all countries.
What you've just heard there is some snippets of people I spoke to at the Canton Fair over the last 2 days. Now, if you don't know what Canton Fair is a trade exhibition that's held twice yearly in Guangzhou, and this is the spring edition, and it's generally the biggest of the two. They have one in the spring and one in the autumn. And I go there. I've been going there for about 12 years. And yesterday and the day before was really, really interesting. If you want to watch the full video, you can get that on my other channel. I'll put a link here, and I'll even leave a link in the description of the video. But it's a huge, huge trade fair. It's about 1.55 million square meters of space, and there's in excess of 30,000 companies exhibit there, pretty much from all over China. They do have some from abroad as well, but I would say 95% are Chinese companies. And just on this one, that's just happening now, there's about 4,000 new exhibitors. It actually goes over 3 weeks, and they do 5 days, then they then close for 3 days, they do another 5 days, close for 3 days, do another 5 days. And the products change in those times. So the first phase is like electronic, consumer goods, machinery. Then the second phase you get sort of stationery and gifts, and in the third phase there's toys, healthcare, luggage, and things like that. So if you want to go, you need to pick which phase you want to go to. But anyway, this video is not necessarily about the Canton Fair and the products there. As I say, you can catch that on my other channel. But I want to talk about how after visiting that Canton Fair for 2 whole days, I came away realizing that I think the United States are in deep, deep trouble with this sanctions war. As I said, I've been going to the Canton Fair for 12 years now. If I go back 6-7 years, probably even less. It was closed for a year or two because of COVID. But if I go back before COVID, when I used to go there, a majority of the visitors there were from either Europe or the US, and there'd be a small amount of people from Africa, the Middle East, Latin America. But oh boy, have things changed. Yesterday, I really struggled to find anybody from America. I found one guy who featured in my video on my other channel, and I found a small amount of people from Europe, but the overwhelming majority of people were either from African countries, either from Latin American countries, or from the Middle East. And I spoke to a lot of people. They're not all in the video because obviously the video would be too long, but I probably spoke to a good 30 or 40 people during the 2 days. And literally every one of them was saying that if we want to do trade, then China is the place to come and do trade with. A few of them gave kind of a bit more diplomatic answers, where they suggested that, oh, we can do trade with China and America. But I see that Trump has sort of now come out and said that, we're going to convince countries to stand with us as the USA against China. And I think he's been trying to bribe countries by saying if you don't deal with China, you will have lower tariffs. And in my opinion, this is just absolutely ridiculous, because everyone I spoke to was like, yeah, we're doing trade with China. And you'll see from the video and more videos I will upload on my other channel just how China they're just masters. They're just, the world's manufacturing hub. And I really don't see anytime soon that America are going to be able to compete with that. They built up supply chains over many, many years. But additionally, what was also really, really interesting was when I spoke to a lot of company owners at the show, because they have a lot of staff from all the Chinese companies there that sell all the stuff. I didn't get a sort of negative vibe at all. I actually thought I would get somewhat of a bit of a negative vibe, saying, oh no, we've lost. But they were all talking like, listen, the world's a big place. We don't rely on just America. And that came across really loud and clear from a lot of the people there who own businesses. And other things they said was that, look, we've developed other markets. We're not now reliant on the USA like we used to be. And there was 2 instances where I said to one guy, I said, so, are you worried about this, American sanctions and tariffs? He says, well, no, because our factory is in Thailand. And another one responded to me, no, because we also have a factory that manufactures in Mexico. And actually there's apparently an area of Mexico where there's a lot of Chinese manufacturers set up. And that's simply so they can be close to their customers in the USA. And, you know, just by the amount of people there from, you know, Latin America, Middle East, and, you know, Africa, it was just obvious that they are going to do a lot of trade with China. And, you know, when I spoke in depth to a couple of these people, it says it's just so easy to do trade with China. You know, they can kind of customize anything you want. They can do, you know, if you can't buy huge quantities, they're willing to be flexible for smaller quantities. And, you know, I just think I just think the USA are absolutely just shooting themselves in the foot. I mean, you know, Trump has basically tried to say, oh, the ball is in China's court. If they want a deal, they need to pick up the phone and reach out to me. And I can tell you that's not going to happen. The Chinese administration have already said that. And I get the feeling there's a huge amount of Chinese businesses who are behind Xi Jinping when he says that. You know, even one or two traders says, oh, we're not going to bow down to America's bullying. So it was really, really interesting. You know, I'm on the ground here in China. I visited one of the largest trade fairs, and that's the kind of vibe I was picking up. So you let me know what you think in the comments down below. But as always, for now, take care.